Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the ShowtimeShootz Podcast, episode number 14 for y'all. I am here to break down everything that happened at Clash in Italy, everything that happened on this past Monday on Monday Night Raw, and my future predictions for the King and Queen of the Ring. Now, without further ado, let's get into today's video. Clash in Italy just ended. Well, not just ended, but it ended last Sunday, and Roman Reigns and Jacob Fatu ended their feud, and now Roman Reigns and Jacob Fatu are working together. Clash in Italy happened. Here's the quick results that happened at Clash in Italy. Cody Rhodes defeated Gunther. Rhea Ripley defeated Jade Cargill. Brock Lesnar defeated Oba Femi. Becky Lynch, Sol Ruka defeated Becky Lynch, and Roman Reigns officially took down the Samoan werewolf, Jacob Fatu. Here we are, yet again. The bloodline is back in business. Clash in Italy is over. Let me tell y'all something. Cody Rhodes and Gunther was good. I did not like the ending of that match at all. I don't like bullshit finishes or lazy ways to get another match for someone else. No. I think, and I truly believe, that if they really want to, they could do this. Gunther could be world champion by SummerSlam. He can face off with Cody again at SummerSlam and whoop his ass. Whoop his ass. Gunther will be undisputed champion this year. Mark my words. Randy Orton is not even back on television yet. We don't know when he'll be back. But he's also going to win 15 either this year or next year. But I want him to win 15 too. So Gunther, you're up next. Randy Orton, you're also up next. Now, Rhea versus Jade Cargill. I discussed this on my full show review. I think that Rhea is going to move on from Jade Cargill and fight somebody else. Somebody like Rhea Ripley, like JC Jane, Blake Monroe, Nia Jax, Last Legend, just to name a few. But yeah, Rhea Ripley's going to be a dominant champion throughout the summer and eventually drop the belt at SummerSlam or retain the belt at SummerSlam. We don't know how this year's show of SummerSlam is going to go, but we will have to wait and see. Now, let's talk about Brock versus Oba. I said on my predictions episode, Brock Lesnar was going to beat Oba, and Oba was going to qualify for King of the Ring. Brock Lesnar beat Oba, 7 F5s. Now, Braun Breaker. Now, Oba Femi just won his qualifying match last night on Monday Night Raw to advance to the semifinals of this tournament. This is a lot. 1-1. Seth Rollins is also 1-1 with Braun Breaker. Now, this King of the Ring tournament can go a lot of ways. Genuinely. But I think that the last two people in that King of the Ring is probably going to be Oba or Braun. Now, Brock Lesnar is off TV for a while. Oba Femi is in the King of the Ring tournament. I think in the next match that Oba Femi has in the semifinals, Brock Lesnar is going to come back and cost Oba Femi the match at Night of Champions, and that will set up Brock Lesnar versus Oba Femi at SummerSlam. That's the match. That is the match that we will be waiting for. I still believe that match does need a stipulation, though, because we're not going to go into SummerSlam with Oba and Brock and have no stipulation. It doesn't make any sense. But, yeah. Let's move on to Becky Lynch versus Sol Ruka. Now, Sol Ruka, baby girl. Congratulations on your Intercontinental Championship win against... I'm going for 16 minutes now. Congratulations on your championship victory against Becky Lynch. You are now the Intercontinental Championship champion as predicted. Going forward, I would love to see you feud with Lyra, Bayley, anybody on Raw. AJ Lee if she comes back. Anybody on Raw that can compete with her and test her to see who wins. I would love to see that. So Rook is going to be a fighting champion and a great champion on Monday Night Raw going forward. Now, with the last match on the card, Roman Reigns versus Jacob Fatu. That match was good. Banger of a match. Every single match on this card from top to bottom was great. I loved every single second of it, and I cannot lie to you, WWE is getting right back on track with where the match quality is every week. So that's a good step forward for a show that's been lacking over the past couple of months. Roman Reigns beat Jacob Fatu in Tribal Combat. The match was good overall, and I can't wait to see what's next for him. Now, let's move on to Monday Night Raw, the show that I've been waiting patiently to talk to you all about for like the past 5 minutes now. Now, let me sip my water real quick because we about to enter a devious talk. Now, here are the main pointers of the show. We're going to break down not everything, but just we're going to start with the secondary things that happened on Raw, and we're going to go to the main things after. So, for the main things, Io Sky qualifies for Queen of the Ring. Sol Ruka celebrates her championship victory by cutting a promo and tell her that anybody that's next up for my belt can come get it, but I will be snatching your soul. Next, we had Lyra Valkyria challenges Sol Ruka to a one-on-one match for the Intercontinental Championship, and Sol Ruka says, okay, cool, anytime. Now, Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee defeated Ethan Page and Rusev. I honestly don't know where this is going, but I would hope that we get a big fatal 5 or 6 way for the Intercontinental Championship against Penta. Penta is announced for a future match against Rey Mysterio. Yes, Rey Mysterio versus Penta will be happening. I don't know when, but I would hope that they do it again, because the first match that they had against one another outside of WWE was a banger, and I hope that they continue that with that. So, next segue that happened, LA Knight confronted Adam Pearce and told him, you better get that oofalafa, and you might as well just join Roman Reigns on the favoritism side, because that's all you do. Roman Reigns calls a shot, you go kiss his ass and go give it to him. Yeah. Now, LA Knight, clearly he wants a shot at Roman Reigns. Everyone is coming for the head of Roman Reigns. That's the main title. Cody Rhodes is secondary to Roman Reigns now, because Roman Reigns holds the top belt. So, everybody wants a shot at Cody. Everybody wants a shot at Roman. Well, who's going to win at the end of the day? Roman Reigns is smashing everybody and leaving. Anyways, Alpha Academy with Maxine. Oh, so Otis and Tozawa saw that Maxine was hanging around them a little too much. Hanging around Austin Theory a little too much. So they want to, I'm pretty sure this is probably going to lead to Maxine Dupree joining the Vision and her having a heel side and Paul Heyman working alongside her as she continues her in-ring skills. Should be great. Now, Austin Theory. Austin Theory is going to continue to talk to her, obviously. And they're trying to, I think Alpha Academy is going to get into a feud with the Vision soon, but I'm not too sure how sure I am on that. But it seems like we're heading in that direction. Paul Heyman got speared by Braun Breaker later in the show in the main event against Seth versus Braun. We'll get into Seth versus Braun in a little later. And Roman Reigns officially makes Jacob Fatu acknowledge him. Seth Rollins ended up picking up the win, and also he sets his sight to the tribal chief, the head of the table, Roman Reigns, for a match at SummerSlam. We've been wanting a match for Seth versus Roman for a while now, and now I think we're on the passageway of getting it. Now let's talk about the main things that happened on Monday Night Raw. Now, Jacob Fatu came into the ring tonight and acknowledged the tribal chief, and he said, I did everything in front of my family, for my kids. I kept my man, I kept the a word. I kept my word and said at SummerSlam. I said at SummerSlam, if you win, I will acknowledge you. So I acknowledge you, my tribal chief. And now that sets up Jacob Fatu acknowledging Roman Reigns so that the faction can grow bigger. Now, what is next for the bloodline? I think that Roman Reigns and the MFTs are gonna fight because Roman Reigns he's also been such a family guy. He already did the by himself thing where he was by himself for a while without the Usos. Then he was with the Usos. Then they divided again. Now they're fully back on track. Jacob Fatu, Jimmy Uso, Jay Uso, Roman Reigns. Now we're here. And I think that the MFTs in Solo Sikoa, Tala Tonka, and Tama Tonga are next in line to get an ass whooping from Roman Reigns. Because Roman Reigns did say, y'all say, they next. Us, they next. So maybe we see a feud between those two factions. But only time will tell. I think that's the direction that they're heading towards, though. So, Seth Rollins defeats Braun Breaker on Monday Night Raw in the main event. That match from start to bottom was an all-time banger on a Monday Night Raw. They cooked up a PLE match on a Monday Night Raw and called it a barn burner. That match was good as shit. That match was awesome, in my opinion. Now we get to see more. Now I get to see a lot more. Now we get to see more. Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker. This not going to be the end. This is not the last time they're going to face because they are currently 1-1. Just like Oba and Brock. They're currently 1-1. This is going to be interesting because the King of the Ring tournament is a bit confusing, but if done right, it can be good. Now, the last main thing on this show that happened was that Oba Femi advanced to the semifinals of the King of the Ring tournament, also alongside Io Sky advancing to the Queen of the Ring tournament. Now, I'm going to show you guys this bracket. It's custom bracket. This is the bracket that I have going on right now. I don't know if y'all can see that. But hold on, let me lower my stuff real quick. I hope y'all can see that. So I have a King and Queen of the Ring bracket right here. Now, we almost broke a $3,000 mic. Holy shit. Okay, no more breaking stuff. Okay, cool. Now, is the lighting good? Let me check. 1 second here, guys. Ow. 1 second. I think that's a little too dark. Whoa. Okay. We're good right here for now. I'm going to leave it like that. It was at 1/60th of a second, but I put 250. I think that's a little too much, though. I'm going to try to lower it down to... Yeah, right back to 160. So, yeah. Oba Femi advances. He cut a promo after the match and stated that Oba Femi and Brock Lesnar, we are currently 1-1. Don't think I forgot, you fool. It's 1-1, and I want my rematch against you, Brock. Now, Brock Lesnar is not on television right as of right now, but we will soon later, probably, potentially, see Brock Lesnar down the line. Now, SummerSlam is looking very interesting this year. We're going to talk about King and Queen of the Ring shortly, but we have potential matches for King and Queen of the Ring. Well, we have potential feuds entering SummerSlam, I should say. So, with the first feud, we have Jacob. No, I said Jacob. We got Roman and Seth, could be a potential winner for this feud. We have Roman Oba, which everyone been hollering at and hooting at for a minute. We have Braun Breaker versus Roman. That's another match people have been hollering and doing stuff with. Now, this is the most unpredictable but predictable bracket I've ever seen for SummerSlam Brock Lesnar is in his hometown of Minneapolis, Minnesota, and I think Brock should be at SummerSlam with whoever he's facing, but please not Gunther, because we don't need Gunther retiring everybody now. He already retired 3 greats. He doesn't need to retire another one. So let's leave Gunther to not retire anybody for the remainder of 2026, 2027, 2028, 2029, 2030. I don't give a damn what year. As long as he's not retiring anybody else but those 3, I'm fine with that. Now, let's talk about King of the Ring. Let's talk about SummerSlam. Now, King of the Ring and Queen of the Ring goes to SummerSlam for a match against the champion of their choice. Or champion of their brand, I should say. I'm sorry. Now, with the brackets that are officially updated, Oba Femi defeated Penta, Solo Sikoa, and Carmelo Hayes in a fatal 4-way to advance to the semifinals. Next week, we have the second half of the bracket, which is going to be Tama Tonga, Javon Evans, Seth Rollins, and Ricky Saints facing off to advance to the semifinals. Now, the 3 people that I can see winning this match is either Ricky, Javon, or Rollins. Rollins, of his choice, because he needs it, because he never got a rematch for his belt. He had to relinquish his belt. So him being gone for a number of months can only lead to one thing: him going back to the belt. Javon Evans is a little tricky one because Javon isn't ready for a world championship opportunity yet. He hasn't even won a mid-card title yet, so I don't even know what's gonna happen with that. So Ricky Saints, another person, he just got called up. He's recently new, so I don't see them doing that with him. But yeah. Oh, I'm pushing it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm pushing the time. We need to hurry up and get the hell up out of here because I do have class. So, my quick predictions so I could go. So, Oba Femi next week. After this, I think this bracket with Rey Mysterio, Braun Breaker, Damian Priest, and Trick Williams will happen on SmackDown. So, in my opinion, I got Braun Breaker winning that match, and he's going to face off with Oba Femi in the semifinals. Now, in the semifinals of the other bracket, we have Seth Rollins advancing to the next round to the semifinals, and either LA Knight or Jey Uso. If I had to pick one, I'm going with LA Knight, yeah, or Jey Uso. Jey Uso needs to pin more. So as long as the Fatal 4-Way ends without LA Knight getting pinned, I think we're going in a great direction. Or we could have Seth versus Finn. That also would be good. Seth versus Finn rematch would be a banger. Entering the finals, obviously, we already know Seth is going to win. So Seth versus either Oba or Braun Breaker. It's probably going to be Seth versus Braun Breaker because 2 of these matches could have interferences. Oba versus Braun could have an interference where Braun Breaker gets interrupted by Seth Rollins, or Oba Femi gets interrupted by Brock. Now, let's move on to the Queen of the Ring. But I think it's going to be Seth Rollins winning the whole King of the Ring to face Roman Reigns at SummerSlam for a one-on-one match for the World Heavyweight Championship, because that's the match of the summer that we need, honestly. We could see Oba versus Roman, but I want him to build up a little bit more. Fight Brock and beat Brock again. Now, the tricky thing here, we have an opportunity to do something that we haven't done in a very long time, where Brock can go on. Well, I said Brock. Oba can go on to win the King of the Ring and fight Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam. Fight Roman and Brock. Those are the 2 possibilities that might happen. Now, for Queen of the Ring, here is who I have. So we have Liv Morgan, Alexa Bliss, Becky Lynch, and Chelsea Green on the left side. Right side, Io Sky has already been qualified for the Queen of the Ring semifinals. So next time the bracket below them face off, we have Raquel Rodriguez, JC Jade, Kiana James, or Bayley. I think it's either going to be a rematch between Bayley and Io Sky, or have a newcomer face JC Jane versus Io Sky. That's also a banger. Or Raquel, a banger. But I don't know, but my prediction for the quarterfinal to advance is probably going to be Bailey versus Io Sky 1-on-1. Cool. Now, on the left side of the bracket, we have Liv Morgan, Alexa Bliss, Becky Lynch, Chelsea Green, Jade Cargill, Sol Ruka, Lyra Valkyria, and Charlotte Flair. Now, Sol Ruka is an Intercontinental Champion. Jade Cargill, Sol Ruka, Lyra Valkyria, Charlotte Flair. Here's my prediction. I got... Damn. We could possibly see Alexa Bliss versus Charlotte Flair in this match. I'm not going to lie to you. I would love to see that. Give me Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair to advance to the semifinals in the second bracket. And then have Io Sky go to the finals to face off with Charlotte Flair in the Queen of the Ring finals to determine who faces their champion of their brand at SummerSlam. Those are my King of the Ring predictions. It is currently 5:18 p.m. I will see you all next time because I have to go. I have class. And remember to leave a like, subscribe if you guys are new. Remember to leave a like on the audio podcast, leave a comment on Spotify, like, subscribe on YouTube. And it's been your boy. It's been a pleasure serving on this episode. I know it's a little short one, and I was trying to say a lot fast so I can head out. But here's officially my final predictions on this King and Queen of the Ring. Oba Femi will face off with Braun Breaker in the semifinals. Seth Rollins will face off with Finn Balor in the semifinals. Io Sky will face off with Bailey in the semifinals. And Alexa Bliss will face off with Charlotte Flair in the semifinals of the Queen of the Ring. Io Sky will advance to the finals. Charlotte Flair will advance to the finals. One-on-one match to predict who wins this match is going to be Charlotte Flair, because Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley is what the rematch that we all need and love. Now, for the men's side, Oba Femi versus Braun Breaker. I think Braun Breaker ends up picking up the win. Seth Rollins versus Jey Uso or LA Knight. Seth Rollins will win, or either Finn Balor. Seth Rollins will automatically win. And Seth Rollins will face off with Braun Breaker in a one-on-one match in the King of the Ring finals. And Seth Rollins will have Braun Breaker's number and defeat him yet again to make it 2-1 and finish out the trilogy for good. Now, those are all my King and Queen of the Ring predictions. Thank you all for stopping by today on this episode of the ShowtimeShootz Podcast, episode number 14. I know I rambled on a little bit too fast today, so next episode I will try to slow things down so we can have a longer chat in the video and the audio version of the podcast. Thank you all for stopping by. We'll see you guys next week for episode 15 of the ShowtimeShootz Podcast. And it's been your boy Jason, a.k.a. ShowtimeShootz, and I'm out of here. Later.